Continuing on with the burger book, today we're making the Buns Have More Fun-Gus burger from season 5, episode 7 of Bob's Burgers, titled Tina Taylor Soldier Spy.
Hey guys, it's your cool young hip friend Tina. Can you dig it?
I don't necessarily want to freak everyone out, but it's going to be a burger that utilizes mushrooms and peanut butter. That is an interesting combination of flavors, but I have to imagine it was tested before being put in the book, so let's make it and let's see if it actually ends up being good. Let's talk, prep, and have some fun.
I'm not having more fun yet. Wait, yes I am.
So here's the scoop. We're going to transform a combination of button, mushrooms, and garlic into a veggie base for our sauce. I genuinely love chopping up mushrooms. It's satisfying to the touch and to my ears. The way the knife glides through with such a soft landing, it's just some good stuff. Makes me feel like a chef. In fact, if you have any chef questions, hit me with them now.
What are you doing in our alley pretending to be the trash?
Wow, offensive. But a brave question, Tina, so I'm respectfully going to pretend it wasn't asked. No further questions at this time. As we take pride in keeping our prep station clean, we transition over to the garlic. I begin mincing away like a bat out of hell. I am practically metal bending from the world of Avatar: The Last Airbender. But don't let this distract you from the fact that sooner or later, I'm going to have to find the canned coconut milk that I have already seemingly misplaced. That's most of the prep work we need to do today, so let's prep that patty. It's meat time.
No, you can't.
Well, I'm gonna do it.
I'm pulling out the plastic cutting board because if we're going to get meaty up in here, I don't really want to have to bother with prepping it on wood. And you know I got that grass-fed beef coming in hot, which I formed into a somewhat large meat ball. If this is the first time you've watched one of my burger videos in the series, well, we just like to hit it with some basics for seasoning. Most of the time it's just flaky salt, followed by a good bit of ground pepper. However, today we're going to turn it into a garlicky patty by shoving in the garlic prepared inside the patty itself, and then rolling it around to pick up all the remaining seasoning that has fallen around on the cutting board. Also, rolling it around is quite the workout, and if I'm ever going to reach the top of the chef world, I need to keep my strength up. I just want to be like the legendary chefs before me.
I heard they hold hot dogs in the fire with their bare hands.
So quick question for you. How do you cook your patties? Stovetop or grill? I figure most would choose the grill if they had the means to do it, especially if they live somewhere where it's always warm. If you're passionate about the question, let me know in the comments. So everything's been prepped. We need to head over to the stovetop and start cooking our mushroom peanut butter sauce. So let's go.
Do what I say and say what I say, and we'll have this case cracked by dinner time.
So on to the best part of the recipe, the actual cooking phase. We want to get a decent amount of butter melted in our saucepan to coat it, which will allow for our mushrooms to bathe in the fat and absorb all of the flavor. The best part of cooking mushrooms is they really can't be overcooked. When the mushrooms have broken down a good bit, we can then add in the star, the peanut butter, which will quickly melt and bind to the mushrooms. It's looking nasty, so let's make it worse.
All right, rock and roll.
In comes the condensed coconut milk. Get your stir hands stirring, bend your knees. Take a deep breath and really give this sauce the attention it deserves. When it starts to set, we can think about adding in all the traditional curry flavors. Curry powder, turmeric, maybe some paprika, and crushed cayenne. I thought the recipe was bonkers, but smelling it right now, I'm thinking this book is just too smart for its own good.
I feel like I can read a book!
After a short amount of time has gone by, we can already see the sauce beginning to thicken up and we get a more distinct color. Way more appetizing than how it originally looked. Once the consistency is where we want it, we can get ready to chill out and cook the patty, which at this point in the series is like breathing. Completely second nature. But that sizzle is still music to my ears. Speaking of music, what is the best vibe to cook to? For me, it's gotta either be jazz or lo-fi. I like to lean into the more relaxing nature of it all. And we flip. A perfect looking patty. I'm really proud of this one.
The chemistry between us is smoldering.
Alright, with the patty where we want it, we just need to toast up our buns before we start building this beast. Starting with the bottom bun, followed by some crisp lettuce, bring in that juicy patty, top it with our peanut butter curry sauce, which is making this whole thing pop with color. My mouth is already watering. and then complete it with the top bun. I had my doubts, as you know, but man, did it come together. The burger's done. It didn't take a lot of effort. I'm pretty happy with that because that always makes it easier on me to film. And I know one of the most important things in your guys' life is my happiness. So, looks great. Love the colors. Let's give it a bite and see how it turned out. Bon appetit.
It's good. I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but I love it.
So here's the deal. The sauce is incredible. The burger overall, fantastic. Besides the flavors, there's not a lot going on with it. There's just lettuce, burger, sauce. The sauce itself is just so good. You can definitely taste a little bit of the peanut butter flavor come through. It's not the most unusual thing in the world for peanut butter to go on burgers. It's kind of weird, but at the same time, it's pretty popular amongst a lot of burger joints around the country. But the combination of the earthy flavors from the mushrooms combined with the spiciness and just like that classic curry flavor, it just came together so well. And this is such a savory, nice burger. And honestly, it's gonna be a pretty highly rated one. I'm just gonna rip off the band-aid and rate it right now. Coming in at an 8.75 out of 10, I highly recommend you give this one a go. A burger flavor you will always remember. So there you guys go. I'm gonna be done with this book way before I thought I ever would. Really appreciate you guys coming back for another episode. If you could hit that like button for the algorithm, I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you. And I'll catch you next time in another cooking adventure. Peace. Thanks for feasting with me today, and please subscribe if you liked what you saw.